My name's Chad Hunter. I'm the Harbormaster for the town of Plymouth, and I want to welcome you to the Plymouth Maritime facility. In the next few minutes, we'll kind of show you through the facility and the different aspects of the facility. So enjoy. So when you first come into the Maritime facility, one of probably the first things you'll notice is the view. This wasn't an accident. We watch over the harbor and the boaters that are boating here. So one of the most important features of this building was to have a sweeping view of all of the waterway, so we could easily look out through binoculars and see what's going on. Situational awareness of what's happening in the harbor. And you will notice this space compared to the old building is quite open, and we did this as a meeting space, a conference space where we could have boating safety courses, harbor committee meetings here in the harbor. Fortunately, with COVID, we haven't really been able to enjoy the full experience here just yet, but hopefully in the near future we'll be doing that. The next space that we have here is a conference room. We made it so we can kind of close the windows and close the door and have smaller meetings in this space. It's where sort of the watchstander would sit, and they have telephones and VHF radios to communicate, and we have a small TV screen here so you can bring up presentations and do reviews here. The added benefit to the new location is we have a bird's eye view of the boat ramp, which is quite busy, as you can see it right here out in front of the window. When we first started designing the building, we were in close talks with the Mayflower Autonomous Research Vessel. And this space, we were looking at the possibility of putting a control room for the Atlantic crossing here in Plymouth. And we sort of left it, so we could possibly do that, and we may do that in the future. But if we're not doing that, it's still usable office conference room space. Another one of the maritime touches that we put in here was this porthole window. It does serve a purpose. It's actually when you're sitting here at the reception desk, with the wall there, you couldn't see to the boat ramp. And that view was important to us, but instead of putting a window or just a cutout, we wanted a functional porthole window. So this is actually a salvaged porthole. I think it was the architect ended up finding it online, but it was on a ship, it was used. Still has the original glass, which kind of has like a green tint to it. So we wanted to kind of, again, put this in to tie the maritime facility in. And this, obviously, you can see swings open like it would when it was on the ship. And it's got these really great, these are called dogs, so you can really secure it so water wouldn't come in. So just another piece to make it a little more maritime. Obviously the lighting was inspired by maritime lights and these vapor lock lights that you'd see on a ship. You'll see those really throughout the building in the breezeways and such. The next place that we'll go is the staff area. This is what we did not have in the other building, a bathroom. We have a sink, we have a small little refrigerator here, some lockers for the staff. This is stuff that we didn't have over at the other building, and it's tremendous. And from here, we're gonna go outside. This is a coastal environment. It's a pretty harsh environment. You have salt spray, salt air, wind-driven rain. So you'll find that this building has metal roofing. And the idea behind that was so we're not losing shingles every storm. And so far we've been through a number of storms and we haven't had any issues with the roofing. The other piece that we chose was the siding. The siding is Alaskan yellow cedar shingles. It's a natural product, but it's super durable, and it kind of gets this gray coloring, similar to like a white cedar shingle. So we chose that. It's an 18-inch shingle, which means there's quite the overlap. So that should give us a very long duration siding. And again, the natural cedar feel kind of fits in with the downtown Plymouth. We have a number of boaters that visit Plymouth by water. They'll tied to one of the town moorings. And for years, we only just provided the mooring. So they could come in, they could stay. We didn't have laundry, we didn't have showers, we didn't have bathrooms for them. So Plymouth was kind of a place that you would visit, but you wouldn't stay very long. So really one of the big pieces to the Maritime facility was to try and encourage boaters not only to visit Plymouth, but to stay. So this next area, the Transient Facilities, will have laundry, showers, and a bathroom inside. Let's take a look. We have laundry here. We have a shared restroom. And then we have showers on both sides. So there's a men's and a women's shower. You know, obviously things have been quite different the last couple of years, but boating, we've actually seen 2020 was actually a pretty strong year because as they traveled on their boat, they were sort of in their own little bubble, let's say. So, you know, in 2020, we still had quite a few visitors, but we weren't able to fully utilize these facilities. So 2021 was our first year to kind of show this off to the boating community. And all of the feedback that we received was tremendous. People love the showers, love having the ability to stay a little longer and make use of the facilities. It's a very busy area at the boat ramp. We have obviously the people that use the boat ramp, people that use the piers, but we get tons of people that walk along the walkways, walk out on the jetty. And the one thing that always sort of lacked here were bathrooms. So this has probably been one of the most popular pieces to this building. They're closed right now for the winter, but we try and get them open as quick as we can. Any special events, we'll open them. So let's take a look. You know, nicely appointed. It kind of fits with the rest of the building decor. And again, we've gotten a lot of really great feedback from the restrooms and having them here. So this has been really a great addition to the harbor and being part of the Maritime facility. This building actually, it doesn't have a foundation like a traditional building. It's on pilings. You know, you might find this in like a beach area, but along the coast, depending on the FEMA flood designation you have for the area, in some cases you have to go up and you have to have breakaway walls. With that added height, obviously the overall building height is much higher as well. Our second floor is probably more on like a third level than it is a second level. And one of the issues we ran into, the overall height of the building was just over the 35-foot height limit that the town has because this building is almost 10 feet off the ground. So we actually had to go get a variance, and the understanding was, you know, we're building to these new FEMA flood standards. The building is going to necessarily be taller. So it was just the top peak of the roof that was over the 35 feet, and we were able to get the variance for that. So here we are, we're on the second floor of the Maritime facility. This is just pretty much office space, but we have it a couple of different desk areas and a table in the middle here. We have all of our VHF and UHF radio communication equipment set up, so if anybody is running an incident, they can do everything from here. We also have that station downstairs, so we have some redundancy. This is pretty much my home, my desk, and you know, it's really a great space. While I'm working, I'm able to still look out the windows and see what's going on real time and sort of understand if there's any issues. We continued with that wraparound view just so we can look out the window, see what's going on, grab a pair of binoculars if it's far off. But situational awareness was key with this space as well to kind of understand what's going on. On the second floor of the Maritime facility, we do have a balcony, and that was designed for the reason at night when you have interior lights, you get a lot of glare off the windows, so you can't necessarily sometimes see through them. So we added this balcony space, so if you have binoculars and you need to see, you're not looking through the reflection on the glass. One of the things we needed was a door stop, so when this door swings in, it doesn't hit the corner of the desk. And you know, our designer was like, oh, we'll just put a regular doorstop. And I said, hold on a second, I got an idea. So this is actually a piece of original cordage from Cordage Company. We found it in a barn. The guy bought a pallet of the line. It was one of the last pallets that came out of the factory. We were able to secure it to add it into this building. So one of the things we did, I did a back splice on the cordage rope, and we tacked it in place. So, this was kind of a cool and unique feature, but there's my bump stop. So ties in a little bit of Plymouth's maritime history with the maritime facility. You can see the flags up here, nautical signal flags. These actually we used to fly at the old building, so when we moved out of the old building, I brought them with us and hung them up here just to add some color to the space. It obviously spells out Plymouth. And the new flagpole is much bigger, so we have the same flags, just a bigger format. So I thought these kind of fit here, they look great, and it kind of reminds me of the old space to the new.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button before you go. We'll see you next time.